Hi, I'm Megan Mullen, director and owner of Just Shine Performing Arts, and I'm here today to talk to you about the web series Siblings that comes out in September 2014. And I'm going to talk about, first, I'm going to talk about Ariel Manning, who's the youngest of this huge family. And being the youngest of a huge family really makes her want to be a troublemaker because of the lack of attention. She craves attention, so she goes and makes trouble. She tattles, and she's a goody two-shoes when it comes to her mom, especially. And she's just pretty a goofy girl. She is really energetic, and the thing about her is that she thinks that her cousin Curtis is hilarious, even though he is a real troublemaker. So now I'm going to talk about the cousins and the aunt. So, the McIntoshes. There's Audrey McIntosh, who's the mom, and she is Donna's sister, so that's how they're related. And then she's married to someone who's not in the first season that much. He's only in a flashback, a flashback that Lane has. But he might show up later. I'm not going to tell you a whole lot about him, but he's not necessarily a good guy and not necessarily a good father. And so that's their past, that's their childhood. Just a little bit of it, because I don't want to give too much away, but that's just a hint of, that's just a piece of the puzzle. So, we have Lane McIntosh and Curtis McIntosh. Lane is 16 years old, so she's right in there with her cousins. With the twins, really close to the same age as the other twins, both sets of twins, and Zoe and Avery really close to them in age, and all that, so she's right in the middle. And then Curtis is younger. We might change his age to 10, but his age originally was going to be 8, just like Ariel. But Curtis and Lane. So, their mom, Audrey, is really pretty self-centered most of the time. She loves to shop, and she always wants to be fashionable, and she's lazy. She doesn't like working. And at this time, her husband is doing all the work, so she doesn't have a job. And this family doesn't live in the same town that the main family lives in, so we don't see them that much yet. We will see them more later. But in the first season, I think they're only in 2 episodes. But the thing about Lane is that she's right in there with all the other storylines because of the way Lane is. So Lane has totally cut herself off from emotions. She acts like she doesn't have any feelings. She acts completely selfish and like she doesn't care about ruining other people's lives. And she schemes a lot. She's also really good at eavesdropping and not being noticed until it's too late. So she always sneaks up on people, and she always is really observant of everything. So when she first comes on, when they visit, because they're going to visit for Christmas, and when they visit, we see Lane, And the first thing we see Lane doing is observing everything and observing the other characters' storylines, what's going on with the family at the time. And she's really good at picking up things. So she instantly knows everyone's secrets because she's really good at observing and eavesdropping. And the one thing she loves to do is blackmail. It's a hobby of hers. She instantly, you see that in the series. She is going around blackmailing. She blackmails 2 people in the first season, but she hints at knowing 2 other people's storylines and what's going on with them. She hints at knowing those 2. And she will end up blackmailing more people eventually. But she had a rough childhood, and that's what made her the way she is. But she's really quiet when she wants to be, which is most of the time, unless she is getting in other people's heads. Then she likes to get in there and let it be known that she's there, and it's just, I don't think it's really about the money. I think it's more about the control. She likes to have control over other people's lives, and that's what it's about. Because I don't think she cares about money, really. She just likes the control. So that's Lane. Now her brother, Curtis, is also a character. He likes control too. And so he likes to play pranks on people and mess with their lives that way. And in the first season, that's only shown a little bit. So that's not shown a lot in the first season. But it is shown a little bit that he likes to do pranks. And he hates listening to his mom. He hates his mom. He hates both his parents. And I honestly don't know how he feels about Lane. I haven't really thought about it or gave anything hinting one way or the other. But they're both kind of cuckoo. Curtis is really, really hyperactive. He's way over hyperactive, and since he refuses to take medicine on his own, his doctor back home prescribed his mom with a shot for him to take medicine. Because if he doesn't take medicine, then he runs around and causes chaos everywhere he goes, and he won't listen to his mom. He hates his mom. He won't ever obey her. And he's still pretty young. So, in order to calm him down, they have to give him this medicine through a needle, through an injection. And he hates them for that. So he really resents them even more because of that. But the reason he's so cuckoo is probably because of lack of control and just a bad childhood. And also the other thing about Curtis, well, like I said, he loves to play pranks on people, which later in the series, not in this season, but in later seasons, he will end up scheming like his sister, not blackmailing, but scheming to try to change people's lives and try to trick them into doing certain things. So that will show more later on. And the thing about him is that he really gets along great with Ariel, because Ariel goes along with whatever he does. She thinks he's fun. She thinks he's entertaining, and he actually gives her attention, unlike the rest of her family. So she just loves when he's there. And they just end up laughing all the time at the trouble they're causing. So the two of them together are really cuckoo. And the other thing about Curtis is that he has a very active imagination. Really active, which doesn't show that much this season. It will show more in future seasons. But this family just really has problems. The McIntoshes have serious mental issues. Worse than the other families. And it'll show later on. Stay tuned for Lane. She will cause chaos. And so will Curtis. So, that's them. So stay tuned for Siblings in September 2014. And really watch out for Lane. She is evil. Thanks for watching.